Did this work? Did this work? Can you motherfuckers hear me? What the fuck? Okay. So let me fuck, I really shouldn't have taken that long hit. Okay, so I gotta screen share this motherfucker. Let's screen share Skype. Hide. Let's go. Join the call. Guys, I have it sorted, I think.
Huh?
Nice.
Now what?
Ask Dan to try that motherfucking shit. Try to meet me now.
Next wearing, please.
Okay.
So is this a new link?
Yeah. Well, I don't know why the last one sound wasn't working. The mic wasn't muted. I just crossed X out of my browser and opened it up again, and ta-da, it's working. I think the mic thing was working this time, like the bar.
Yeah.
So, German, Mark, and Banks, finalists. Final Tribal Council is over. Votes are locked. They have been tallied. And we have a season 31 champion here, guys. For the final time, I want to thank Paulina. I want to thank Sean. I want to thank Miranda. I want to thank Simon and Melissa. Awesome jury. Thank you for being here. Thank you for playing the game. Thank you for giving it a second chance. Miranda, thank you for captaining one of the strongest tribes in the history of iSurvivor.
Hey, Glory was strong as fuck.
German, Mark, Banks, I wish I could crown each of you the winner. Unfortunately, I have no say in this. For the final time, once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person with the most votes tonight will be crowned the winner and sole survivor of Queen Elizabeth Islands, the Northwest Passage. You want to see your name on a parchment tonight. Got it? Any last words before I read the votes, gentlemen? Banks, real quick.
You're breaking up. I can't really hear you.
Any last words, Mr. Banks, before I get to the votes?
I love you.
Mark Gannon.
Nice haircut.
Thank you, sir. German.
Hashtag free agent.
I'll read the votes, gentlemen. First vote. Banks. Second vote. German. It's one vote for German. One vote Banks. Third vote. Mark. One for each of you, gentlemen. Congratulations. Mark. German. It's 2 votes Mark. 2 votes German. 1 vote Banks. Banks. 2 votes each. 6 votes. 3 votes left. Banks. The winner of iSurvivor, Queen Elizabeth Islands.
Yes.
Congrats, dude.
Oh my God.
Banks.
Congratulations.
Guys.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. It was a great game, you guys. You all three did great.
taking home the prize for England. How does it feel, Alex Banks?
Good. Rob's no longer the only fucking British winner.
Oh yeah, you're taking Tucker's Brit crown. Tucker, you're
Oh,
an asshat if
thank
you're
you
watching
guys.
this.
Thank you.
All right, so let's just break it down real quick. First vote, Sean. Hunter.
Thank you guys.
Mikey. Miranda. How many votes we got? Yeah, those are all your votes.
Was that 4?
No, there's one more. I don't know who it was from.
It was
Shannon.
Shannon.
Simon.
No, Simon. This one was from Shannon.
Who voted me?
Shannon.
Shannon moved.
And Eric.
And who?
Eric.
What?
And then
Oh my
for
God.
Mark,
Eric didn't vote for me.
we have Melissa and Paulina. Banks, how does it feel? You started this series off playing Rookies versus Vets 2. You came in as fresh meat against people like Santiago, Mandy, Andy. How does it feel fast forwarding to Tibet, where you were running your tribe into the ground, but for the tribal councils you went to, you were behind everything? One tribal council, not that things weren't going to go your way, but they wouldn't have ended out as perfectly as you could possibly planned it, and you quit. And then you get the opportunity to captain a ship in this second chance season, and you end up winning. What does it feel like? Tell me about it.
It's like crazy. I think obviously the biggest thing for me was obviously Tibet didn't end well for me. Obviously there's a lot of things that happened and it caused me to quit. And then to come back, I think I just needed to prove to myself, and I wanted to prove to you as well, Sandy, that I could actually play this game as well as you knew that I could. And I think obviously it was hard. It was really hard. Everything again was against me from the merge, and the amount of calls I had with you, I was like losing it, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And then for me to actually just manage to swing it around, it feels really good to end the winner. So just thank you to everyone that took part in this game and that voted for me to win as well.
Did you like expect this? Like 60 days ago, did you expect to be at the final tribal council? Did you expect to get 5 votes to win this game?
I expected to make merge because of how Glory was going, but then from there I had no idea what was going on. And I think me, Hunter, and Sean, we all kind of knew that we were screwed at the merge. And then obviously with them going, I just didn't even think I would last much longer. So I don't know. I just kind of stuck true to myself, did what I needed to do, and just kind of played the best game that I could. And
can we roll back to when I asked you to be a captain? Like, what did you think when I approached you about playing iSurvivor again under this title?
I don't know why you asked me. Because I still thought you hated me from when I quit and stuff. Obviously, I know it took a while for me to actually decide to play this game, but I was like, okay, I'm going to do it this time, and I'll prove it to Sandy that I can do it, and to everyone else that I can play this game as well as I know that I can. So,
do you think? Okay, so in Botswana, you joined. Not that you joined, but you and Mac got casted, and you knew Mac pretty well. You and Jayla both got casted. Jayla just happened to play the series before and was a vet. Do you think that entering this game just on a whim by yourself actually helped you?
Oh, 100%. I think because in Botswana I was so clouded with the whole Mac thing, and obviously I tried to distance myself from him in that game to make my own game. And then in Tibet, me and Jayla were just crazy together as we normally are. And so I think coming into this game totally fresh and totally alone, not really knowing anyone, it benefited myself because I actually had to go out there and make connections from scratch and not rely on other people doing it for me.
Somebody that kind of filled that role that you didn't know but happened to be like that thick of thieves partner that you were trying to build with Mac didn't happen, trying to build with Jayla didn't happen, and it kind of happened organically with this individual named Simon. Hi, Simon.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm ugly.
What else is new? So Simon, I know you made it really far. You impressed so many people. You were the last Chejudo person standing, the youngest one in the game for a while. Now, when you entered the jury, what was the reaction in terms of how they felt about you?
I would have fucking won. So I was there.
How does it feel? How does it feel
So-
knowing or seeing the one you were thick of thieves with take home the crown? Like how close do you feel that could have been you?
Like, how do I feel?
Yeah.
Well, like, I'm like super proud of like how I played and how much I've matured in this, you know, but I don't know, like, I'm like upset because I worked really hard in this game just like everybody else did. But I don't know. It's upsetting to like be that close and play as hard as I can and then kind of fall one spot away from 1 point because I'm not good at memory.
Just from a jury's perspective, I just want to see just a head nod or a head shake. Did Simon have a chance to take this crown if he was sitting up in that finals? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's head nods that Simon, you had a definite
solid
contender
too. Thank you.
to take this crown. So that means something.
I would have voted for you, Simon.
Alex,
Yeah.
what was it about Simon that gravitated you to him?
But him?
What was it about Simon that gravitated you to him?
I think Simon is just the kind of person that I like to work with in these games. Like, me and him we both think like crazy thoughts. And I think what I liked about Simon is that when I was being really paranoid about stuff, he was being sane about it. And when he was being paranoid, I was being insane. So we both kind of kept each other on a level playing field. And that's what I needed in this game to kind of bounce off. And Simon, I just want to thank you for like, not only being a player with me in this game, but also becoming a friend of mine, because I genuinely have honestly really got to like you as a person. And I don't think if you weren't in this game, like we both said when we first started talking, I wouldn't have like managed to mentally cope in this game without you here. You're welcome. Love you. Love you too.
Simon, what was it about? Is it sort of the same story for you? What was it about Banks that was like you were willing to work with him over some of the Erebus people that you were playing the whole game with, won 6 immunities with?
So this is actually really weird, but in every org, I kind of base like my allies on who I think has the most income.
Oh my god.
And who I think share the money with me. So yeah, that's why kind of.
Hey,
That's it.
Simon, and we're gonna book bitches. All right, I want to throw it over to our other finalists real quick. Alex, thanks.
Okay, well, I have to go, but
yeah, that's why I hit
thanks,
you up,
guys.
Simon. Thank you.
Bye, Simon. See you later.
Bye, Simon.
Congrats, Banks. You and Mark both deserve it. I'm glad all of you got votes.
Yes, Shade.
Thanks, Lizzie. Well, German, I'm shocked. You got 2 votes. Bye.
I'm shocked too.
You can go, Simon, because I'm actually gonna talk to Mark in German, and I'll start off with saying that German, I was rooting for you to win. I was rooting for you to take home the crown. Love the big guns from different countries, but I thought, I'm all about story arcs and what's a fitting ending, and this is second chance. You are the ideal second chance. No matter how you got there, whether you didn't make moves, you weren't in power, you try to get Mark out. Didn't want to happen.
Yes,
You had to work with Banks. Like the fuck. But I was rooting for you to win. I thought your opening statement was epic. If this is Survivor, you used 2 of the most iconic people to bury yourself between, and you sold me, and your gameplay sold me. And then granted, it was entertaining to watch your responses to people. Adam said it best. Not sure if it was the best strategic move at the final tribal council, but in terms of the whole 60 days, German, I really think that you would have made an awesome winner to the season. So thank you so much for playing. And
thank you.
Final tribal council. Let's talk about that. Why did you choose to
Hello?
be honest? Hey, Mikey.
Hey, Mikey.
So why did you choose to not hold back?
Final tribal council. Well, honestly, like I said, I've been nice to everyone, and then like when people kind of started ripping into me, you know, Simon and Mikey and Miranda, when I was never mean to them, and they started ripping into me, I was like, what the fuck? These people don't know who I am.
I have
like,
a quick question
I'm fucking
before I
going
forget.
off right now.
I have a quick question, Mark. Who told you that the round that Eric left? Okay, German wanted you out. Okay, all these stragglers are trying to figure out Mark lost K-pop. How are we gonna get him out? German wanted you out. Who went to you telling you you were the target? I really need to know this.
This is
Final 8.
the round.
Banks and
Yeah.
German just won immunity. German
Yeah.
wants to target you. He feels safe. He wants to target you. And then somehow down the path, you approach both, like either Eric, German, the terror people, and you're like, I know I'm a target. What's the T? Why? I heard you want me out.
It was probably Shannon.
I just wanted, was it Shannon? Who was it? I just wanted to like know.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Honestly, everybody. Even Eric said, like, I've been having conversations where your name's popping up, and so everyone was telling me that Eric was bringing my name up, and German was bringing my name up, so I just went to both of them, and I said, who's bringing my name up? Eric said German, German said Eric, so I just sort of pitted them against each other, and then I ended up getting no votes.
Y'all are too easy. Y'all are too fucking easy. German, aside from, I just needed to know that. Sorry for the little random, but German, how does it feel to join second? You're a second placer in second chances.
Man, I feel like a winner. When I made finals, like I already felt like a winner, like going from first boot, and like I know people trashed my game so hard, but like I fucking made it to the end. Like it doesn't matter. I was the only one who tried to get Mark out, and like all these people were talking junk, and they never tried. So it's like, what are y'all saying?
German,
I feel like
do you have
a winner.
anything to say
It's
to the
okay.
jury members who like gave you heat, who are sitting here? Like, do you have anything to say to Miranda now that the game is over? She's here. Anything to Sean?
I mean, I think I said everything in my final speeches to you guys, and like I just want y'all to reflect honestly, and before you like attack people, you should like reflect on yourself. Like, 'cause I didn't understand why y'all were saying these things.
You know her
You
name's
guys
Amanda,
never tried.
though, right? Just checking. You know her name's Amanda, right?
I know. I'm sorry. Like, I was in the heat of the moment, and I did not want to edit it out, so I just like.
Okay, I like
Let
that
it go.
authenticity. I love it. I love it. Mark.
Sandy.
One of the strongest players all season. One of the, not the main reason, but part, a very strong part in the cohesion and teamwork and dominance of the Erebus tribe. We all know where it went wrong. It was when the idol came to the surface, in terms of when everybody had found out about it.
Sorry about that.
Do you, because Melissa said she put the pieces together, in terms of the things that you were saying, Shannon was saying, any regrets, or do you remember a key instance of, oh, fuck?
Well, I was actually at work while that was all going down, and I think it's probably a good thing that I was, because it gave me a chance to sort of recuperate and think while everyone was asleep, and then come back and like sort of pick up the pieces. But I mean, Melissa was able to figure it out because of a couple of pieces that were there out of my control, like the Dennis stuff, the do you want to play your idol with this tribal council stuff? Thank you for that, Sandy. And it was sort of all of that, like, helped put a couple of the edge pieces together, and then she was able to put the rest of the ones in the middle. So that was out of my control. At the end of the day, I have no regrets. I would have done the exact same thing, and everything that ended up screwing me over was out of my control as far as the idol's concerned.
Now let's unearth, let's roll back and unearth it for these guys as to exactly what the fuck you really went down in your game. I want to give a big fuck you to Dennis Showalter. I want to give a big fuck you to DeMonica. I want to give a big fuck you to Hunter, even though I really still love you. But anybody who just does things that aren't cool, this is an online game, okay? Every single one of these people spend their time outside of their normal life schedule to put energy into this. And so for people to just be disrespectful on any level, fuck you, okay? And especially the winner of my last season, Dennis, you're a pansy. I've been waiting all season to say this. Fuck you, dude. Mark, how did it feel when I came to you and I let you know, hey, Mark, sorry to let you know this, but the winner of season 30 told Demonica that you found the idol. And I don't even have a prediction writers chat. There's not a prediction. Nobody can access your confessionals except for maybe motherfucking 4 people. All of which are finalists, people I respect. Dennis didn't even watch confessionals. This was actually from the production chat. So, sorry, I got a text message. Oh shit.
That's all right. I'll start talking.
Yeah.
My whole game was just the cycle of it's getting better, it's getting better, it's getting better, it's getting better, and then something would happen and it would just go out of my control, and then I'd have to go, okay, it's getting better, it's getting better, it's getting better, it's getting better. Something else would happen, and then it just took a nosedive all the time, and like all of it was happening behind the scenes. No one knew the struggle I was going through. No one knew the stress I was going through. No one knew anything except for you, Sandy, and you, Adam. And it was just so heartbreaking to have all of this stuff that was out of my control just constantly dictating my fate. Like whether we like it or not, that moment where Dennis said that changed the entire course. What does it say?
This is about the Hall of Fame post,
Oh no,
guys.
fuck off.
Yeah.
Just look real quick.
No, thank you.
The irony of life.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's right. Before I was really interrupted. If it wasn't for that moment where Dennis told Demonica, like this whole game would have taken a very different path, because it gave 4 people information about it. It meant that I approached Banks, Hunter, Sean at the merge when I wouldn't have previously. I don't know, I can't say what it would have been like, but I can say with absolute certainty that the game would have finished completely differently.
Now,
Can I just say something in relation to that, please? When me, Hunter, and Sean found out this information, I personally, I don't know, speak for the other people, I never used it to influence my game and the moves that I made. I've never told anyone about the idol. Because Sandy said to me, we cannot use this information at all. And so I never used it in my game to determine moves that I would have made. I played pretty much the same that I would have with the information there or not. It never influenced the game that I played.
I agree, but in the same way, it's impossible to take that out of your head. It's impossible to remove it from your subconscious. And if I would have come to you at the merge and not known and started saying, oh, I don't have it, dude, let's work together, you instantly wouldn't have trusted me. I understand you didn't use it to influence other people, but it's impossible to say that that didn't influence your thinking instantly, because it does.
question. Banks, when you found out that your #1 ally had been told information or delivered screen caps and stuff, did you get like flashbacks up to bed again, like, oh my god, I'm about to quit this game because
Yeah. Because obviously in Botswana we had cheating scandal as well, when we had the 3 Scott, Shandy, and Santiago cross tribal thing, and I knew how much it affects the game when the cheating goes on. And that's when I said to Hunter and Sean, I was like, we need to just tell Sandy, okay, Demonica's with us, but it's going to harm our game, but we can't have that in the game. It's not fair for everyone else. And that was when I was just like, we need to just, and just we have to just deal with the consequences of her not being here anymore.
Now let me talk to Sean. Sean, you were found out this information against your will. It's not like you went out and sought it. It fell in your lap. Now, sort of the same but opposite side of the coin of Mark. How is it playing the game with that information? It's not a contract. I'm not talking about it. And like Mark said, did it play on your subconscious, even though you were like, all right, I'm not gonna, out of sight, out of mind, I'm not gonna let it mess my game up? But do you think it did? a little bit now that it's all said and done? It's been forever since you've been out.
Not really, because even after he told us that he had the idol and that he told no one else, we still thought he told people. So even if we told somebody, we didn't think that it really influenced anything.
Mm-hmm. Now, did you when Mark told you guys about the idol? Did you just to clarify? Did you think Erebus knew about the idol?
At first, I didn't think they knew about it, but when I talked to Banks about it, he was just like, well, they all probably know. He's just trying to act like they don't know.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I honestly thought
I knew that Erebus didn't know, and I have Banks screaming at me like, they all know, and in my mind, it's like, nobody know about the motherfucker. Now, let me bring it to Miranda real quick and Mark, because this is sort of about the idol, and Mark and Miranda were super close. Mark, how difficult, because I know once you found it, you were like, I won't tell anybody. I want to use it most advantageous to get me and my allies far, but there's too many people in the game right now for me to just go and tell people. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 29 days, all right? But that's all well and dandy. However, because of the situation you couldn't control, other people started to find out about this. And once they started to find out, right? There was nothing you could do about it, okay? But you made a conscious choice to not tell those people closest to you. Are there any regrets in that decision now, knowing the taste it did leave in people's mouths despite your good intentions?
None. Russia, I played emotionally. I let the people that I was close with dictate my thoughts, my feelings, my moves, like my showmans, whatever. This time I was not going to bow down to anything. I knew the best strategic move was to keep it to myself. So what some people knew about it out of my control, it doesn't mean I was just going to go out and tell everybody.
Do you think, once it did come to light and everybody found out, that because you couldn't explain yourself fully to everybody who may be affected by it, do you think that possibly hurt your game? Just because you were able to explain yourself to Melissa and have one-on-ones with her, you were able to explain yourself to Simon and have one-on-ones, but you weren't able to explain yourself to Paulina. You weren't able to explain yourself to Miranda. Do you think that maybe negatively impacted you?
Well, one of those two people you just mentioned ended up voting for me.
Yeah.
So obviously it wasn't the sole reason for the hatred and whatever. I viewed it as a game move. People can view it as whatever they want. I viewed it as a very good game move. And it would have been, ideally at the end, I would have been revealing it to the jury, and it would have been this big what if, but obviously a series of unfortunate events meant that didn't end up happening. But yeah, it's probably a reason just as much to vote for me as it is to vote against me. So I could have seen it going either way.
Yes, Mother. Hi, I'll be right out. I'm hosting a reunion. Be out in a second, like an hour.
Hi, Maria. I love Maria.
So, Mark, you were never going to play the idol till the finale?
I was never going to play it. I was never, as soon as I found that thing, I said to Sandy, I said in my confessional, I said, I'm never going to play this thing, ever, because as soon as I do, everyone doesn't trust me anymore. So I lied about it the whole way through, and I was never going to play it. I would have been blindsided at final 7 or 6 with it in my pocket because I was just going to not play it. And then as soon as it became revealed to everyone that I had it, well, I thought, well, everyone knows I already have it, so I'm going to play it to save myself.
Miranda, now you played this entire game with Mark up until you left, and he actually wasn't there at the tribal council. As a juror, then you find out he had the idol. He didn't tell people about it. Did you feel pissed off?
Yeah, a little bit, because my whole thing was I'm very loyal, and I stay loyal to the people I'm loyal with till the end.
Mm-hmm.
And my biggest thing was, if you're going to play the game with me and you're going to be loyal, be upfront with me. Because even if you're going to vote me out, I'll respect you a lot more. And it wasn't about the idol. It was the express pass.
I was just going to say that. Because if you said the idol, like, that probably didn't help either, right? Like, there was the round of the express pass, then you're in the jury, and then you find out he has an idol, and you're like, this motherfucker.
Yep. I took it as a coward move because he knew I was showing. respect me enough to tell me as a friend, and I was like, why? Because at least Banks was
That
honest.
right there.
You may get
She just brought up
not
friend. Like that's the reason right there, friend. You can't mix friend, you can't mix strategy, and that's the reason why you're sitting there. If you mix the two, it's game over.
But why
I have one game
hurt
being
one of
friends.
your closest allies?
Yeah, I have one game being friends.
So say that again. I didn't hear any of that.
Why abandon your closest allies for people like who you weren't working with?
But that's the thing. Everyone was working with me. I had options.
Oh.
Oh God, Lord.
Flat out truth. There's no lies. There's no lies. At that point, the Erebus crew was working with me. Correct. Yeah. Mikey and Eric weren't voting me out that round. Shannon wasn't voting me out that round. No one was voting me out that round.
Both sides thought they had him. That's the thing. That's why
Correct.
Oh, Mikey's
So
here.
I wanted to remain neutral. Both sides thought they had Mark Gannon on their side, and I knew that by playing the express pass, I could remain neutral and remain friends with everyone and still be in an alliance with every single person in the game at the final 8.
I think you playing that express pass made you choose a side without choosing one, because that affected Miranda, it affected Simon, it affected Melissa, all of your best.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Following round. Yeah, but they all voted with me the following round.
It also helped in me figuring out about the idol. I put everything that happened and things that Shannon had said to me about you knowing that Miranda was going. And I started piecing everything, going back. I went back through every single chat that we were in and read every single thing.
So did Shannon tell you that I knew Miranda was going home?
Pretty much.
That's what
She told me
started
That's
not
a
to.
lie.
That's what
That's a
started
lie.
it. That's what started it.
So at that vote, I didn't know you were going home, Miranda. From what I left when I used that express pass, what I knew was happening was it was Melissa, Simon, Shannon, Banks, me, leaving. Who else was in the game at that point? Mikey, Eric, German?
Yeah.
Why would I think Miranda's going home?
Warning.
5-3. Why would I think Miranda's going home? I didn't, as far as
Nobody
I was aware,
spoke
it was
to
going to
you
be.
and told you targets
4-3.
or nothing? You were just like, you didn't know anything?
What do you mean?
Nobody was telling you who targets were that week?
Yeah, bingo. People told me they were voting for Miranda, but why would I think that Miranda was going home? Why?
Because Mikey was playing his power too, and we needed your vote.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that Mikey was playing his power.
I didn't even know I was going to play my power until
Correct. So why
But
is
you
that
knew
my
he-
fault?
You knew he had a power, and you knew your
But at the
alliance
same time,
needed
Miranda.
your vote.
But here's the thing: Mikey didn't
You
know he was
have an
using
idol,
it,
you have
and then
an
Miranda
express
had an
pass.
extra
Hey,
vote
German,
too.
dude, I've just explained it. Hey, mate, I played differently to you. I'm sitting here
I'm just
explaining honestly my thought.
opinion
No, you're not
of
letting
why.
me explain anything, dude. 5-3. Mikey did not know he was going to play his extra vote until like at the tribal. Is that right, Mikey?
Yeah, I did.
So why would I think that 5-3 would lose?
Wait, is that
Because
wait?
it's a survivor.
Wait. Is that 5 including? Is that 5
We did
including
have
Miranda's
another
extra
group
vote?
together, so you should have really known, because there was a plan to get out Miranda. So you're saying you didn't know, but you did.
I knew there was a plan to get at Miranda,
But how do
So
you,
you can't say that you didn't know
Are
because you did.
guaranteed. Like,
Yeah, but what he's saying is, guys, 5-3. Didn't know that, Mikey, you were playing your extra vote. Miranda already had an extra vote, and when there's somebody, when his alliance has a target, clearly somebody else is a target. It's like Miranda knew she was a target. He doesn't. Anyway. Now that Mikey,
people are looking for a scapegoat for their own mistakes.
It's
Like
right.
at the end of the
I
day,
wanna talk to
Miranda
Mikey
at that
now
tribal
that he's
council,
here.
you pushed Shannon away. Shannon was with us. Shannon was tight with us, and
But I
because
was at
I was
work,
around,
being irrational and like psychotic.
I was still talking. I'm happy for you to explain, but at that tribal council, Shannon was with us, and she was tight with us. And then because I was on holiday and wasn't around to talk to her, you pushed her away and pushed her to the other side at that tribal council. So I used the express pass, but you pushed that extra vote onto the other side by being as vicious as you were at that tribal council. And at some point, people need to step up and start taking ownership over their actions. I am.
Before that, but thanks. It was while I was at work and she was blowing up my phone and I was like, I'm at work. I actually took a picture of me at work and was like, I'm at friggin' work. Leave me alone. I got written up because she was blowing up my phone. I can't like cater to people while I'm at work.
Okay, but that's a tribal. You're
So
very vicious towards her.
My opinion on the situation is that, Mark, you just said that the reason you used the express pass was to not pick a side, but I'm saying in doing that, you did pick a side because they needed you. You didn't need to play that express pass that week. You didn't need to. You were safe, and if you had 5 votes, vote and vote somebody out and keep 2 advantages still in the game.
Because it's advantages in this game make you a target. Miranda had an advantage. Eric had an advantage. Mikey had an advantage. They went bang, bang, bang. Gone, gone, gone. People didn't know about my idol, so that was not a public advantage. And my express pass was. I wanted to get rid of that thing straight away because look at what happened to every single other person that had one.
I'd like to say something about the express pass.
Of course.
I just want to thank Mark for playing it because that was the round, and the reason that happened brought me and Simon together. The reason that the vote split 4-4 was the reason that me and Simon kind of came together, and that's what kind of formed our alliance. So thank you for playing that and giving me that alliance and Simon.
Don't thank me. That was you and Simon making a call. That's fine.
Yeah, it was just a lot easier with us with the vote with we all taken out.
I want to talk about a highlight of the final tribal council, and that personally to me was Mikey's statement and German's response to Mikey's statement. Mikey, because no tea, no shade, but everything that you're throwing at say what you were saying to Mark, saying that he was mean-spirited, arrogant, blah, blah, that's exactly how you were coming across.
Yes.
Was that purposeful? Was that because you felt like, hey, I'm a juror, I'm going to say how I feel, and I don't care. They're the ones in the limelight, not me.
The thing was that I feel like what I was saying, the rest of the jury, I feel like that's what people were thinking, and because that's what we always had talked about, and I didn't care how I came across. I'm not the one winning votes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's about them. With German's
and you
response,
thought that I was
Wait, let him talk. Let him talk. Wait.
No, I knew you were going to respond, and I was okay with that because I was waiting for your response. I was waiting for him to say something, God knows. But the thing was, your response should have been more vote for me than attack Mikey's game, because Mikey's game is over. I lost. I was out. You should have. You should have just done more to help yourself get a vote.
But that was the essence of my video. I did not want to, or was not going to kiss your ass or your goal, because
and that's
my game spoke for itself. And the fact that you were okay.
I wanted to read Eric's reason as to why he voted for German, and it's kind of actually really poetic and epic, and why I thought you should have won the season. But he's like, Tara, we never. You were trying to beat Francesca. Tara never gave you a chance. I wish Eric was here to read it because I don't want to go on Skype. Mikey, I want to know how you would have gotten to the end, because for some reason as a juror, you pissed me off. I feel like you did yourself an injustice as a second chance juror. I feel like if you were in that position, that would be complete disrespect to you as a finalist, as somebody came out the mouth and had the mentality and Sean felt the same way as you, right? But the way he went about it and the way you went about it, I just feel was, I don't know, funny to watch. But in terms of second chances, I feel like, anyway, what would you have done to make the end? I want to know. So,
honestly, first of all, you're right. That was definitely injustice now that I think about it. How would I have gotten to the end? Well, whenever I got to the jury and I was talking to them about my plan to get out Mark, they were telling me that Banks and Shannon, they were way too close to Mark, I guess, and that's why my plan wouldn't have worked.
You went home at the final 8. We were talking about it earlier, and you weren't on call. So you're saying you wanted to target Mark at the final 8. German wanted to target Mark at the final 8.
When I left, there was a plan for him to go.
Yeah, but Mark says everybody went to him. Were you one of the people that went to him and let him know, or did you try?
No.
Or there's a difference between letting him know straight up, hey, you're a target, and then there's a difference between when he approaches you to save face and act like you knew, or it wasn't you, blah blah blah. So like, did you save face, or did you straight up, hey Mark, you're a target?
So this is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Eric, I believe, we made a plan to take out Mark, which was going to be me, Eric, German, Banks, and Shannon, because the Mark, Simon, and Melissa were going to vote Shannon, or that's the alliance that was made with me, Eric, and the Arabis people. And so what had happened was, whenever I talked to Eric about which way we wanted to go, Eric was dead set on working with Mark. He trusted Mark so much, and I didn't want to do that. But then Eric went to Mark. He told me he went to Mark and told him that German was the one that made the plans to take out Mark. And so when that happened, I guess German
Where's Eric?
went to Mark.
I wanted to see Eric's face. Like,
I mean, it's true. And I guess German, of course, went to Mark to defend himself, threw us under the bus. I don't know exactly, which is fine.
I threw Eric under the bus, and I never wanted you to go home at all.
Oh. Yeah, I don't really remember what happened, but I guess somehow because of it, and yes, I lied straight to Mark's face because I was on call with Eric and Mark was like, oh, guess what German's saying? German said that y'all two are going after him, and y'all made up his plan. I was like, no. I was like, German's lying straight out of his mouth, you know? And I thought I was being so low-key about it. Like, I thought he was believing me, but I guess it all turned around, and that's why I was blindsided. So maybe if I kept my mouth shut that round and maybe tried something later, which I didn't think would work because he had everyone wrapped around his finger apparently, then maybe I would have went further. Maybe Shannon would have went like the plan was, but God, who knows what their actual plan was.
Mikey, my one question, or another question to you, is let's rewind back to the merge. Now, why did you choose to try to become captain just to divulge absolutely everything to Mark and Miranda, then only bid one coin and allow Mark to get captain, which then in turn sends little old Sean home? And then for like not even a round or two later to not work with Mark. I don't understand that logic.
I think that, well, first, I think that there's always things changing. That's why things don't always work out. Things are always changing in this game. But also, with the whole captain's thing, I honestly thought everyone was going to go for captain. I didn't think anyone was not going to go for captain. And then it ended up being me, Miranda, and Mark. And I think that actually worked out, or would have worked out, because we had a little thing there with us three and made a deal to just give it to one of us. But if it would have worked out, because I did want to work with Miranda at that point, then it probably would have went better for me, but it ended up not because of the Miranda vote.
Mm-hmm. Now that you saw how
Sean.
it had happened, because like you really didn't know what you were bidding on. You just thought you were bidding on captain, and you're like, hey, I haven't been captain. You know, I try to be on captain.
Yeah.
But now that you know how it worked out, do you wish you actually, bid 3 coins instead of letting Mark take it for 2? Or you were content with, not being that big brother captain Inuit ceremony?
Honestly, I can see the flip sides. I wish I would have, just because it would have been my targets, and I know that I wasn't going to get mutinied because of my people. And
who would you have put up?
Who would I have put up? Probably the Glory people, honestly. The 3 Glory. I'm sorry, but honestly, I would have did the 3 Glory, because going into merge, I did not want to win.
RIPS.
Sorry.
Thank you, Mike. I want to talk to Paulina really quickly.
Literally.
Paulina, my biggest frustration with you, my biggest frustration is watching. I love how much critiquing everybody. I love you all. You all are great. And you guys don't see the game from my vantage point, so I just have this all-seeing superior eye. Don't take me too seriously, guys. I love all of you. You guys are all great game players. And yeah, but my biggest frustration with you, Paulina, was when you were nominated, it was like you saw death coming, and the whole round you're like, I know I'm leaving, I'm going home, I know. And then you didn't go out of your way to make deals. You didn't go out of your way to go kiss Banks's ass. You didn't go out of your way to try to sell sell to people that, hey, I don't have the idol, you know? Like, do you regret that once you were marked to leave, that maybe you played a little bit scared or a little bit upset and which more reserved than maybe you should have?
Probably at that moment when I was up, I was feeling confused and mixed emotions, and I didn't know what to do at that point. But at that moment, somehow I didn't really think too well. I didn't really talk to other people at all. So I just had my own moment time. Mm-hmm. But it's all good.
And your regrets? So do you regret a little bit of reacting that way?
Yes, I have. I've regretted really big time. If I had gone back there again, then I would definitely talk to everyone so I can go a bit further into the game, because I love this game so much, Lee. So, but it sucks to be defaulted.
Banks, you are the direct reason as to why Paulina was a juror. Yeah. Everybody has a hand in voting people out, but in this case, you marked her. The other people that were marked became unmarked. Paulina was the only person left. What was your thought process in? I know that wasn't your full intention. Maybe you had an idea that that might occur. When it did, were you happy about the outcome, and what did that do for your game?
Yeah, because it was exactly what I wanted, because obviously with the red seal in play, I knew that Miranda had the most coins in the game. So nominating her, I knew she would pretty much spend all of it and I would get all those coins from her. Also, it would have flushed Eric's immunity, and it would have weakened the whole Eric, Mikey, German, Paulina thing that was going on. Because originally I was going to put up Mark instead of Paulina, but when I spoke to you and you said that if it was kind of 3 people null and void off the game, it would have been God knows what the fuck would have happened. So that's why I didn't put Mark up and decided to weaken that side instead and default Paulina out of the game. So that was the only reason that I did it, to get as much out of my reign as captain as I could.
Mark, are you kind of glad he didn't sort of like flush your idol, or do you think that you wish he flushed your idol in hindsight?
Well, at the time, I actually had more coins than Miranda did. Mm-hmm. I was the only person who knew that, because I got all of the coins from someone who was voted out. So Miranda didn't know that at that point, so I would have bid everything except for 1 coin to lessen the threat on me, to keep my idol in my pocket and protect my reputation amongst the group.
Paulina, why did you decide to vote for Mark over Banks and German?
Well, the reason why is because he gave all his information, and he apologized that he didn't tell me about the hidden immunity idol. Mark, you're a legend. You know how much I love you. But I've been thinking throughout the days, going back and forth, Banks, German, Mark, Banks, German, Mark, and I thought, oh God, this is so hard. So at the last minute, I thought, well, I'll just go with Mark and then go from there, because seriously, he played way better compared to Russia, so he needs to applaud to that, because he's a legend. But German and Banks, you both played really well as well, so you must be really proud of yourself, and congratulations to Banks for the winner.
Thanks, Paulina.
That's all right.
I have a question.
Love you, Paulina.
Thank you.
I have a question, Sandy.
Of course.
I want to know, Paulina, why you trusted Mikey but Eric more than me, and why didn't you put more trust in me?
What's the question again?
Why did you trust Eric more than me in this game?
Oh God, I knew this question will be coming. Well, you and I talk every day, right? Yeah. Since day 1 in Terra. Mm-hmm. I do trust everyone. I do trust you. I did not say that. I don't trust anyone.
No, I'm just saying.
But I do
out
trust
of me and Eric.
No. Listen, I do trust Eric more. Through into this season, like we chat, and he was like, as he said, that travel cancel went a few days after I left, and we've been together since day one. We've been voting us together. So yeah, so. Are you happy with that answer? Because if not, then I can keep on talking.
No,
No,
it's okay.
I'm happy.
I'm about to add in some other people, but I would just want to touch base with Melissa really quickly. Hi, Mel.
Oh yes, Melissa.
Hello.
Melissa.
Yeah.
All right, so before I add in like Charlie and Marcos and all them pre-jurors, let's talk to Mel. Melissa, I want to just first congratulate you on being my favorite juror.
Yes.
I feel like you took the jury questioning and answers as a juror should, and you showed respect to each of them, as well as me and Adam and the whole just process and this time and energy in the 60 days. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. I think they deserved it. And a lot of what I was saying was trying to let them know how the jury was feeling so they wouldn't be just completely wondering what the hell is going on. So
What did you
that's
think about
what a lot of my questions were about.
overall?
So they could try to figure it out.
Overall, Melissa, what did you think about your 35 days in this game?
I had a blast. I loved it.
Compared to your 6 days in Jordan?
Oh, hell yeah. Although I did get to play with one of my Jordan. Well, two of them, but Bobby didn't get to get far enough. So
How does it feel to be the one from Jordan? You guys had one of the seasons with more representatives in it in this season. How does it feel to be the last one from Jordan standing? That means something.
pretty cool. Pretty cool. But you know, I wish they could have all been up there and all of us got into the jury, but that wasn't in the cards. So,
Banks, did you have something to
Okay, I
say
have
or
a
ask
question for
Melissa?
Melissa.
what's that?
1 second. Banks, did you have something to say or ask Melissa?
Yeah, I just want to say, like, Melissa, I still fully think that the move that you made when you came to me and Simon with that information and you flipped the vote to send Eric home is still one. I think it's one of the biggest moves that happened this entire game.
Mhm.
And if that never happened, I would never have made final three. So I
Same
want to
here.
thank you for that.
Well, you
Yeah.
know what I realized about Shannon is she's the female limelight hog. So Miranda was nominated, used all her coins, blah blah blah. Next round, too much limelight on Miranda. Shannon's axing Miranda. All right. Then Melissa makes the biggest move at Final Five. Next round, Shannon's not having it. So yes, Melissa had the biggest move, but I think I kind of agree. I love every single one of you, but in terms of gameplay, I really Shannon.
Yes.
Mind fucked about all y'all at least once.
Yes.
Every single one of you, from the glories and the glory days. I know y'all had horror stories, and Shannon had horror stories to tell Irbis. You guys had horror stories to tell each other, like Sean and Banks. She was mind fucking you guys at glory. And it's so weird about Shannon. I'm giving you credit, Shannon, whenever you see this. I thought you made the single worst move in the game. I was like, you are so dumb. Why would you willingly go to the tribe with 7 people? Like Erebus. Going to Erebus, I thought will literally go down as the dumbest move in iSurvivor history. And it actually has gone down as one of the most underrated, brilliant moves now that everything's said and done. Because that was her lifeline. By the time she left Glory and chose not to go back, I really didn't understand why. But it was her most brilliant move in that it got her in with the stronger people of the game, the stronger tribe, the smarter players that were willing to work with her opposed to the smarter players that weren't going to work with her. And then she continued to slay. None of y'all knew how close she was with Mark. And then after that became exposed, she did what she needed to do. And it wasn't until correct me if I'm wrong, but that tribal council with Shannon was like last minute decision, right? Like you guys were up in the air up until like the end, and then you were like, all right, fine, it's gonna be Shannon, right?
Yeah, that was when because I was fucking done. I was out drunk, and I just remember calling Simon and German, being like, "Nah, we need to get rid of her right now."
And I didn't want to vote her. I was like, because I believe, and my question to Melissa is, was what Shannon said, was it true, or was she tricking us? Was she playing all five of us against each other? Like,
I did not, honestly. I had not talked to Mark. When she told you that, she was trying to get me to talk to Mark.
Yeah, so I think this is what happened because I was kind of uncertain, but she kind of played it like it already was going on, but it wasn't going on yet. Ish.
And she kind of made Melissa's talk to Mark and turned us against Melissa, and then
she was the one to go. So I mean, it was kind of like good. Like, look what you did to yourself. But that was like brilliant. Like, if you guys didn't vote her out, it would have been crazy because all five people, y'all brains would have been spinning because of that one lady. Like,
and that's why I didn't want it in the game. I didn't want that temptation there.
Yeah, you're like, no, I'm not going to 5 with her. She's gonna make me crazy.
No, there was no way.
All right, so Eric. Hi.
Hi.
Eric, can you read to me the reason why you voted German? I mentioned it earlier, but I thought it was really poetic and really well said.
Okay, so here, I guess I can go on cam. So the way I saw it is, and I kind of blame myself for a lot of this, but coming into the merge, I felt like Banks had, his glory team. Mark had his friends from Eurobis, and Tara kind of pushed German away. He kind of came into the merge all by himself, and he conquered a lot. And that's why I voted for him. I think he had the biggest struggle, and yeah. So
I like that. I thought it was a really good reason. A lot of people didn't give reasons, so I just wanted to point that out as to a good reason. Thank you, Mr.
Even though Eric trashed me in his speech.
Hey, but that goes to show that he gave the whole process thought. He started with one MO and one kind of emotion and then ended with another. So I think that's what you want out of the jury process is to get everybody in that type of motion. Eric, so we talked to the other captains. What made you want to play this game again? And did you contact me about playing when I mentioned like casting a new season, or did I come to you being like, hey, come play again, I need a third timer?
It was a little bit of both. It was before you even were going to do a returning season. And I think I messaged you like a while ago, like a month before even doing it, saying like, hey, if you want to, like, if you're doing another season, like I want to play. As to why I want to play, I don't know. I have fun playing your games. I think they're fun. They're well put together. Yeah, I just wanted something to do. And
thank you. And you weren't here earlier. Let's rewind to the final 8, okay?
Yes.
Because this has been a big topic of conversation. Let's go to the final 8 K-pop round. Banks and German cheered the fuck up, and they got safety.
Yes.
Then German and Mikey want to target Mark. Mark somehow finds out and then like approaches all the terror people the Marky way, and then poof, that plan is no longer in existence, but it was in existence. There might have even been a chat about it. But were you the one or a person? Because according to Mark, multiple people did let him know, and he did have discussions with multiple people about it. But were you one of the people that it's one thing, I just want you to know the difference of going to Mark and be like, hey, Mark, you were a target, or him approaching you and then you like owning up to it and kind of I forgot the word I used, but did you?
I'm pretty sure I went to Mark.
Okay.
I knew the plan wasn't going to work. I knew we needed the votes from myself, Alex, German, Shannon. Shannon wasn't even around, so we weren't going to get her votes. And Alex was never voting with us, so I didn't know if he would have voted that way. Mikey couldn't vote. I mean, and then myself and German, that would have been nothing. Plus, at that time I still trusted Mark. There was no reason why I wanted to. And, at that time I still thought that Shannon had this stupid idol. I didn't think she was going to be on. Might as well vote her out. So that's why I was hoping to stay with that side.
Half the cats had an idol.
I know, it was literally annoying.
That's what's so epic about watching you play is because you're just so like, oh, Paulina has to have it. Like, she has to have it, okay? She has been on every forum.
I really thought Paulina had it because she wasn't mad when it was found.
Yeah, and then and I'm kind of offended that she hasn't told me because I know she has it and she hasn't told me yet. Like,
she wasn't mad enough.
Eric, what is it about? Because this is your best placement, but what is it about your gameplay? I'm going to tell you what I think it is, or at least this season, but what is it about your gameplay that wants to merge? Because you're glorious. You're like the perfect tribe member, perfect team player, perfect everything. And then the merge comes and it falls apart for you. Granted, you got 7th place. That's the best, but still that is the earlier merge in terms of we merged at 12th. What's the issue?
I think that is the issue, is that I am such a team player, and people from the opposite side, like going into a merge, people from the opposite side, they know that they can't get me to work with them. So might as well just vote them out. Where others, I guess they're easier to sway, easier to look as a side vote or something, possibly. I mean, I don't know.
Do you regret maybe not being more like malleable with your alliances and who you were willing to work with?
I mean, I tried. I mean, immediately switched right over to Mark, but that didn't really work out.
Why? Why did you do that?
Ultimately, I still had Paulina and Mikey. They were still really, really close to me, and I still wanted to work with Paulina, Mikey, and Natalie, but I knew there's no way that I'm going to get to the end with just those 3 in my alliance. Like, there's no way. You have to make friends with the other side. I found Mark. I felt like we connected in this game. Yeah, I felt like we connected in this game well, and it was nice to have somebody on the opposite side of the game to kind of have my back. Because as much as I would have loved it to be Terror, to be 1, 2, 3, 4, I knew that wasn't going to happen. I knew German. I knew you were already kind of upset with me because we somewhat exiled you from Terror. So I knew.
But I wasn't, no.
Yeah, but in the back of your mind, you were never going to trust me 100%.
Okay, that's true.
There were times where, yes, we did need to trust each other and we did vote together at some points, but you were never going to trust me 100% because I did deceive you in some way.
Okay.
Sean.
Yeah.
You're the first juror.
Mm-hmm.
You saw Psychopath, Whiny Baby, Bitter Barbara. All of them enter the jury with tears, and you wipe them and/or you let them fall. How was it from that vantage point of iSurv1vor? First time, I gave you a self vote, and your tribe had to decide between you and Dylan. This time, second chance, you got yourself into a strong tribal alliance. Granted, you guys sucked at challenges, so you merged in minority. How was this end game, seeing everybody come in, watching those tribals, getting everybody's raw emotion? Because as soon as they came into the merge, you were there with a smile and a period.
I think from my standpoint, I loved them getting out because they all kissed Mark's ass the entire time I was there. So then when I found out when he backstabbed them, I thought it was funny.
Do you think some of them were bitter at being mad that Mark backstabbed them when you just said that they all were kissing his ass, and even when you left tribal council, you were voted out, and you said, watch out for Mark, and it wasn't until like 4 or 5 jury members came after you until everybody was like, ah, you are so right, Sean.
Exactly.
Was that like fun for you and just to watch?
Yeah, it was really good to watch because they were just so dumb.
How was it also from your seat, seeing somebody that you worked so closely with make it to the end?
I was really happy that Banks made it to the end because I didn't think that he was going to do it. And when I gave him captain, I told him to take out Mark. But he didn't do it. But apparently it made a lot of sense why he did it.
Were you mad? What was your initial reaction? Because I was shocked.
I was pissed when I saw Paulina came in jury because like, what the hell are you doing? But it turned out good for him.
Guys,
I love
does
you,
anybody
Sean.
have anything to
I
say?
love
We're
you
not
too.
going to wrap it up right now. I'm going to just add in some pre-jurors. But before we do you guys have anything to say?
Can I just say that, Sean, you're like my favorite jury member too. I love talking to you when it comes to the jury. It's so funny.
I know. I love you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I'm like, I forget like how do you Skype? I'm like, how do I add people into this call? Press the plus button.
Can we get Sean on All Stars, please?
I need
Sean-
to play.
Sean
Alright, guys,
deserves
one
another
at a time. Please welcome Charlie. I don't know who's here, who's not here, so we'll just see. Captain M, that is Marcos.
Yes, terror.
Third was Miss Jennifer, Miss 40 Minutes.
Yes.
40, 47.
We
And-
loved her. She saved us.
And then we have the first glory person.
Aww.
And then
Bobby.
another terror bites the dust.
Terror sucks.
And then Jennifer, that sound is gonna have to stop.
Okay, that's fine.
Hi.
Hi, Jen.
Hi. Turn it off.
Hey, Jen.
I don't know. Hold on. Oh wait, I'm
Hey,
counting.
puzzle queen.
Yeah.
That's Sandy.
You look weird.
Wow. And we used to be friends, bro.
I literally can't hear it.
Be nice. Say hi.
My ears plugged.
Oh, all right.
Sorry. I'm forgetting.
So
who-
you're
Definitely decline.
in this.
All right. Let me.
Okay, I don't understand.
Then don't.
Adam, can you please message Jennifer and let her know if she's gonna come on, that she needs to like not be around 1,000 people. She needs to have headphones, or I'm just gonna continue hanging up. Because I can't even remember where I was at, because I can't do two things at once. All right, so we have Fabi, Monica, Natalie.
I miss her.
Guys, I'm not missing anybody else that's pre-jury, am I? Ashley! Hey,
Demonica. Jokes.
I can't hear you. She's used to muting.
Oh, I'm muted.
Yes, Ashley, hi. Jennifer, can you please
Hey,
mute the TV?
Congratulations.
Thanks, Ashley.
Ashley, how is it? You were out early. Your husband
Yeah.
started playing. Well, you guys were supposed to play together. And then I revamped it,
Yeah.
took him right away from you. And then
I-
you get voted out. He has gone on to flourish in the golden age. How's it been to watch him do awesome in iSurv1vor?
Well, it's awesome, but also I'm kind of jealous. So it's kind of because I flopped so hard in this season, and I wanted to make it a lot farther. And shut up.
And you were okay. So out of all the cast, you were one of the first people out of your original tribe. What was it about Terra that you just didn't gel with? You were outside of the first vote, you were outside of the second vote, and then you were the victim, the third vote of the tribe. What was it about the red?
Yeah. I think there wasn't a lot of people that I kind of like I got along with really well. Like compared to the times that I was on, I think Marcos was one of the people that I actually like gelled with because he was on when I was on, and we still talk. So it's like I wasn't on a place where I could make the connections I needed to make.
Do you think that, because I try to let every back-to-back player know, somebody who plays in one season, doesn't take a break, and then plays in the next season, I always let them know, hey, brace yourself, iSurvivor's a lot, get ready. Do you think that you should have taken that little 1, 2, 3 season break and reflect before coming back?
Yeah, because now that I've had time, I've thought about it and what I've done wrong because of what I could have done better from Shadow, and then so I should have taken a break and
because I was like right in it after. So
Yeah, you were one of the back-to-backers. Ashley, thanks for playing the season. Thank you for being so sweet. And I love you long time. Where's Mark Gannon? Hey, Demonica, you want to talk to Mark?
Hey, Demonica.
Hello.
Hey, so this conversation has been a long time coming.
Okay.
Now that QEI's over, all's gonna be said and done. It's been a long time since you left the game. Anything that you want to say to Mark, any regrets, and anything. This is on the record. This is your moment.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess I'm sorry I found out about something. And, I mean, it was horrible for me. I mean, the whole experience. Hello.
Hi, Fabi. Venus Schnitzel.
Can someone hang up on Bobby? What the fuck?
Yeah, I did. I just wanted to say hi.
Hello? Okay, so, I mean, you can ask me a question and I can answer because I don't really know where to go with it.
Oh, no, you were fine. I just hung up on Fabi. Any regrets on how you handled the situation at all?
Yeah, I definitely have regrets on that. I definitely wish that I had kept the information to myself.
Mark,
I actually wish that I didn't find out about it the way I found out about it.
Dennis. Mark, do you want to say anything to Demonica? Now that all is said and done, this has been your experience.
Yeah, like she apologized for finding out about it, but like I said in my final tribal council, you can't always control a situation, but you can control how you react. And you reacted by telling a lot of people and making the conscious decision to screw over someone who you've never met and never talked to. So if you want to apologize for that, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, well, I don't think I screwed you over. I told my alliance about it, and my alliance exposed it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. I'll try and be composed. Go.
I mean, please don't compose yourself with me. I mean, if you have something to say, you can say it. I mean, I totally did not. I wasn't even on your tribe yet, and I didn't even, talk to you yet. Hunter told information that he knew about 3 days before he told it. Okay, so Alex, Hunter, they all knew about this. Your fucking idol. All right, but it was brought up after I scared the shit out of them. If you want to know the truth, so it was brought up later, and the fact that they brought it up later, I mean, they knew the information, so they're just as guilty as me.
Oh no, we didn't know that much.
I never said your name, Sean. I said Hunter and Alex.
Oh, I was about to say, girl, I did not.
I never said your name, but I mean, you can come for me too if you want. I mean,
Monica, no one's coming from you. I'm just.
All right, well then lower your tone with me. Lower your tone with me, and give me respect. I give you respect, okay? Lower your fucking tone with me.
Why are you cursing for no reason?
Because I don't
You're the one that ruined the season, Demonica, not me.
I didn't ruin anything. I didn't ruin anything.
Take ownership of your actions. Stand up and say, I admit it. I told people. Like, you're just saying.
I never denied saying that I didn't. I never have denied that. I said that I regret knowing the information that I got.
Okay, but you said you didn't screw the game. You said you didn't screw me.
Okay, so Banks.
Hey, you're the one yelling.
Wait a minute. Don't you fucking yell at me, bitch. Don't yell at me. Don't fucking yell at me. All right? I don't know who the fuck you think you are, who you think you're talking to, but you're not gonna fucking yell at me. All right? I'm not the fucking one. All right? Let me explain something to you. You fucking knew about this just as long as I did. And when I scared the shit out of Hunter, he went to fucking production about it. All right. So if you thought it was fucking cheating, you should have told Sandy right when you found out about it. So you fucking take responsibility for your part in it as well.
Now that you've finished, and apparently it's not good for me to yell at you, but it's okay for you to sit.
No, bitch, you yelled at me first, and I got up, okay? So don't fucking come to me like you're so fucking above this, all right? Don't fucking try it. Mark, I apologize for if I ruined your game. I do apologize for that. I definitely am sorry for that. It was a huge mistake. It was a huge mistake, and I regret it every day that I left this game because I was fucking whooping ass in this game, and I hate that I didn't get over there and take these 3 fucking bitches out with you. But
we worked with you. What are you talking about?
I didn't get the opportunity to do that. You guys were working with each other, and you were using me to get to where you had to go.
What are you talking about?
You guys are the biggest 3 snakes. You guys were the biggest 3 snakes of the game, okay?
That's
Demonica.
You said you were playing
why
such a
did you help
great
me take them
game.
out? Demonica, why did you not help me take them out? You had the opportunity.
I made a huge mistake. I thought I was tight with Alex with Banks. I thought I was with Banks. I thought Banks was gonna have my back, but you know what? He's a snake. So what is so funny, Sean? Why do you keep fucking laughing?
Because Demonica, you're literally insane. We had your back the whole time.
Demonica,
and I had your fucking back the whole time. We fucking
so why are you mad?
I'm not mad. Why are you even talking to me? I wasn't even talking to you.
Because you brought me into the situation.
I didn't bring you. Brought yourself into the situation. I never.
Is she gone? Wow. Oh. Just to clear up, I was taking her to final 2. She was my fucking final 2 at the start of this game. The fuck?
You probably could have beat her.
Did I accidentally hang up on her? Oh, sorry guys. I didn't know that button was the hang up button. My bad.
Jesus.
Oh, that was you, Gannon? Oops.
Was it?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was her connection because Demonica's infamous for having bad connection, so I just figured it was like just back to the same.
Can we go back to actually having a reunion with the people who actually played this game properly?
So that happened.
I miss her.
Well, where do you guys think this animosity or anger is coming from? Is it because of how she went out? Is she because? Is it?
I think it's
it's like you can't like
sort
of like not being able to deal with doing wrong? Like, what is it? What's going on?
It's because she knows in herself. She just said she was playing a great game, yet she wasn't. She just admitted she made mistakes. She told people about like.
Did everyone not make mistakes? Did not.
No, I know, but that's Mikey.
Okay, then
Mikey,
you can't use that against
Mikey,
her. You literally just said, "Don't even."
Mikey, you gotta let me finish, bro.
Oh my god! And then.
Dude, you made mistakes too. Everyone in this
I
place
made
is so
mistakes too. Yes, I did. I'm just saying.
Everyone is throwing stones in a glass house. Like, oh my god. Okay, right on.
I think the reason Demonica is upset is because she was forced out of this game and got turned in, and she ruined her game, and she was playing well. We can't have that.
Can I just say something regarding Demonica? Demonica was like pretty much running Glory at one point. Like she had all of us. We were playing her game because we had to play to what she was doing. And Demonica would have been a fucking massive force going into the merge. And I think because she trusted the 3 of us with that information and we then told on her, that's where the animosity is coming from, is because she told us in trust that we would keep the information that she told us for us, all 4 of us, to advance.
But that just goes to show that she hasn't learned anything from the situation if she's still mad at you 3 for selling her out, opposed to mad at herself for not coming to me immediately. Had she came to me and sold Dennis out, she'd be fine, right?
Yeah.
But because you guys came to me and sold her out, y'all are fine, she's not. Like, it's sort of...
Demonica's back. Hey, Demonica.
Hey, Demonica.
Why was I kicked out? I mean, you guys called me. Why was I kicked out?
It was a connection error. Sorry.
No, it was not. Mark hung up on you. Don't even try it, y'all.
I just don't want the arguing anymore, guys.
Since when did Skype allow everybody to hang up?
If you're going to talk to me, if you're going to talk down to me, what do you expect? How do you expect my reaction to be?
Bottom line, if she's here, I'm out. Bottom line, if she's here, I'm out. You pick which one you want in this reunion.
I want Demonica.
Can I say something?
Bye. She's out of here. Sorry, Mikey. She cheated, and
You're right.
It's against me. Like, if she's gonna go crazy, she said what she had to say, but I'd rather listen to people who respected the game to an extent. Adam, let's talk to you, ba.
Ew. That's gross.
What did you think of the season overall?
Yeah, I thought it was a really well put together season. Obviously, I think this was a second chance season, but it seemed to become more of an all-star season. There was a lot of drama, there was a lot of scandals, and I'm like really pleased with the way everyone played, even like from the beginning to the end, with the people that went and left the game early, like Charlie, Jennifer, Fabi. I'm sure I'm missing some people. I'm just naming the people that are in this chat, but everyone played such a good game. It was an entertaining season, so well done to everyone. And obviously the final three, Mark, German, and Banks. Well done, and congratulations to Banks on your win.
Thanks, man.
Is anybody? I'm kind of bitter at Banks for winning. He's not even a second chancer, Adam, and he's won.
That's true. He didn't really deserve it, like you said.
Y'all guys does Drew not get it? Like, this is second chances. Y'all are dumb.
Yeah. The captain shouldn't have.
Third time lucky, bitch.
Adam, who's your favorite strategically?
Strategically, that is a difficult question. I think I actually have to give it to the three that are in the end, because they played such. I know that's such like a whatever, like, common answer, but I think they all played such an excellent game. Like, German was adapting really well, switching his sides, whichever side he was going on in that. Really,
such an underrated game, German.
Yeah, underrated for sure. And Mark was like the golden boy, the guy that everyone really looked to and everyone trusted, and that's why I think there are so many bitter people, because they just thought they were going to the end with him, and then when they didn't, they just couldn't handle it. And Banks was like the underdog. He was coming from a numbers disadvantage going into the merge, and he was able to align himself with the right people at the right time, which ultimately took him to the end. So I think it's a really well-deserved top three.
Thank you, Adam, for helping me host.
Yeah, you're very welcome, and great job at hosting this season. It's been a blast.
It's been a blasket.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I saw Charlie sneak up on in here.
Yeah, I'm here. Hi.
Let's have a Charlie. Let's have a Charlie, Eric, Paulina, Mikey moment. Ashley was here. We legit just had like almost all of Terror here in the reunion.
Hey.
So let's hear.
Hi.
How's life been for you, Charlie, since the game's been over? You're muted.
What are you doing?
Sorry. Life is fine, except for last night. But besides that, I'm doing good.
Why do you think? Why do you think you were axed so early from the game?
There could have been multiple reasons. The main reason that I've been told was just people didn't like things that I was saying. I was a little mean. I wasn't fitting in with the tribe. Let's just say that.
Did you even realize it that you weren't fitting in until?
I made a couple of comments about it, but I don't know. I'm fine with it though.
What would you have done differently?
Not talked. I would have just been like more quiet, like everybody else, I guess. Been there, but not talk as much. Yeah.
Mikey, how does it?
I think the challenge thing would have got me. We all know I'm not good at challenge, and I don't think it would have helped that tribe out any more than what they were doing, losing. So whatever.
Eric, you're the one who sort of got the ball rolling.
Whoa. I don't want to take credit for that.
I will 100% give you credit for that.
I think it was all Paulina. I think you should ask her.
That was
What, me? Why me? Nothing.
You're the sweet innocent one. I think you should take credit for his. I mean, whatever. I'll discuss it. What do you want to talk about?
Just why? Why Charlie? Because at first it was going to be German. He was gonna be the Francesca. And then the captain saw his ship differently. So just explain why.
You know, Charlie has a very strong personality, and you know, I say this in a lot of my games is I'm never really for working with the villain, and Charlie is like the ultimate villain. You know, he rubbed people the wrong way. I like Charlie. Like, I literally have I had like plans to work with him, but like he just rubbed people the wrong way, and I didn't like a lot of the things that may have been said. Specifically, his tribal council video was a little like, this tribe sucks. You know, I feel like he lost his tribe pride, and you know, it was round one, and we needed a lot more pride in what he was offering.
I did want to say thank you to Charlie, because without you, I wouldn't have been in the finals. Thank you.
You're fine. I'm okay with everything. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. I mean, I can't be mad. I'm not bitter. I was just about to say something, but I totally forgot what it was. Everything that I said was true. I didn't lie to anybody except for German and Marcos. But everything that I said in our tribal video was true. We were boring. We were lame. No one was saying anything, so I have no problem with it.
There was one interesting point where Eric would recall this, but there was I think one of the tribe chats, and everyone left. Eric was on mute, but he was like away, and you started revealing your whole game to me as like production, and Eric was sitting there listening in, secretly listening in.
Oh, well, I mentioned that he was there the whole time to you as I was sitting there talking.
Yeah, that sounds very Michaela-esque. It's like writing your strategy down in the sand for Adam. Eric being there and be like, "Oh, you got to get rid of this guy."
I think, yeah, one thing that he said that bugged me is like, "Oh, I'm gonna vote for Marco so he can give me his coins," and that was something that he was gonna stay to, like, keep to himself. And I'm over here like, all right.
Well, the reason why I had said that, because when we were talking about Ashley, that's what Ashley wanted to do to German. And that's the reason why I was like, oh, well, I'm close to German.
I mean, it was a smart move. He would have given you those coins.
Hey guys, does anybody have any questions for one another before we wrap this up? Like Mikey, any questions to Mark? Melissa, any questions to Banks? Anybody have anything that like they want revealed? You want to know something that you've been waiting to know?
I just wanted to say thanks. Is Charlie? Did he just leave?
Oh no, Charlie.
He left. Sorry, but I was gonna say something. But okay. He'll see it. I just want to say thanks to Charlie, because without him, our alliance wouldn't have formed. He was the one that formed the alliance with me, Eric, Paulina, and Natalie, and then we took him out and basically 100%. Did that.
Terrible
but yes,
people.
He's the one that brought us together, but he crashed himself to the ground.
Well, I would like to say I did mean everything I said in the video. I don't regret that move at all. And, you know, I think that the Final Three really was a good Final Three. I have no hard feelings whatsoever. And I knew when I went to you guys that it was going to, in my game, I even told you that. I was messing up my game doing it. But anyway, congratulations. You did a great job and played a great game. Also enjoyed meeting you.
I'll speak for Sandy, and Adam. This whole thing wouldn't have happened without the two of them. So I'm sure that I speak on behalf of everybody. And I say thank you for all the time, all the effort, all the late nights, early mornings, all the yelling, the frustration, the stress, the frustration, whatever it is. Thank you for putting up with all of us in our own different ways and for putting this thing together, because without it, it wouldn't have happened. So thank you.
It was wonderful. I had a great experience, and it sure beat the hell out of Jordan.
I really hope all of you enjoyed what we do here at iSurvivor, and that is produce Survivor games, and you guys play what we produce. I want to thank you so much every day that you guys were in the game up until your torches were snuffed. Sean, you had me cracking up every time. I saw you just talk in your confessional. Paulina, you brought me to tears when you left. Melissa, you warmed my heart seeing you make K-pop when it was just a season ago. Your friends made K-pop, and there you are, the second boot from Jordan, watching your friends do what you couldn't do, right? And
yes.
Here you are doing it not even a season later. We have Gannon. Like, Mark, you know what you bring to these games. That's your heart, your soul, everything. I told you at the start of this game, this wasn't a season tailored for your caliber players. You slayed. You slayed. All right? Don't be mad that these bitches couldn't see it, but you know you did awesome. I've already told Jeremy he was my favorite and I wanted him to win. Eric, every time you come, it's like always, I feel like 3 years in a row, you've come to me around winter and you've played my games 3 years in a row.
I think I skipped 1 year.
Did you?
I think I skipped the year between Japan and Tibet.
No, 2014? 2015? Oh, wait. Yeah, 2015. No?
I think I skipped 1 year.
Did you?
Yeah, because
All
it was
right,
2 years between Japan and
Yeah,
Tibet.
well, regardless, I feel like, I don't know. Every time you come around in the winter, you come to me and I'm just like, yes, yes. You bring to the table what I want everybody. Activity, passion, little like weaselness.
Well, next time you have to come to me, so remember that.
I'm not disappointed. And I hope you aren't either. You got your best placing.
No, I had fun. I met a lot of cool people. I did better than I did last game, so cool.
Mikey, despite me being underwhelmed with your jury, I don't want you to have that at the front of your mind, because what you brought into this season, you can't really write. You can't ask for more. I mean, you went out without having a vote at Tribal Council. You took somebody out with an extra vote. You beat your sister. You made the merge. You were the last Blasket Island standing. Like, what the fuck else other than winning can you ask for, right? And you will leave this season with one of the highlight jury speeches. Like, you know when you watch it on the show and then there's that one juror who you're just like, oh, they went in. That was you, pretty boy.
Where is Karina?
She didn't want to come on.
Oh, Katrina. Miss Jennifer. Such a shame that you left so early. I know how much this game means to you and how much you try to do well. And maybe it was a bit too soon for you to come back. We're not gonna, next time you play, there will be no puzzles, okay?
Hey,
I promise there will be no more puzzles.
That was really bad.
I hope you enjoyed yourself and I hope you enjoyed watching.
Oh, I did. It was great.
And I'm going to wrap it up here with Alex Banks, my winner.
Yeah.
So when we were hanging out in LA, I never thought, A, you'd play again. Then you quit. After we hung out, you quit my series, and I was so fucking mad at you because literally, like, this could have been you a year ago. Like, you could have won Tibet.
Yeah.
So that's what I was upset about. Not about quitting. People quit all the time. It's because you were doing. It wasn't because you quit because you were in a bad position. You quit because you're a baby. And then you came back as a captain, and you slayed. Alex Banks. I don't want to get mushy because I don't like you that much. No. Out of this entire cast, it's kind of awkward that one of the people that I've actually met in the cast won. because now I actually could say I hung out with one of my winners again, right? Are you proud of yourself? Are you shocked? You just won iSurvivor. 60 days in this game, waking up at 4 o'clock before you go to the gym to fucking play Unity challenges and stuff. You memorized K-pop. You got in booty shorts and wore a belly shirt.
Oh, that was awesome. What are you talking about? It was cool.
Sandy, I just want to say
people that they were amazing. That was awesome.
Sandy, I just want to say like thank you for everything and like being my like life counselor for the past like 2 months. Those times I would just call you, have a fucking breakdown, and then like switch back on and know what I needed to do. Just thank you for everything that you've done with this game, and thanks for being a friend as well.
Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for wanting to play, and thank you for since December 14th for sharing your life with iSurvivor. And congratulations, because you're the winner.
Thank you.
Guys, on behalf of myself, Adam, iSurvivor, Sir John Franklin, all those who passed in the voyage to try to discover a way to get to Asia from Europe, Irbis, Terror, Glory, everybody, this is it.
Great game, Sandy.
Love you.
Everybody
Bye,
say
guys.
goodbye to the camera.
I'm retired.
Oh, Mark's retired. No more games.
And guys, stay tuned next week. The winner of iSurvivor, the Netherlands, Dami, Randy, Julian, or Warren. One of them is going to be joining Banks
Team Dom.
in.
Warren.
Or Julian.
Randy for the win.
And
Dominic, duh.
like Survivor, they usually end each reunion with a sneak peek.
Ah, yes.
Ooh.
Adam, would you like to
Yes.
take the honors? No? He's like, no. Okay. Okay. I gotta get my image up. So, when one season of iSurvivor ends, another one is right around the corner, waiting to begin. Just not quite yet. Join us this summer when iSurvivor is back. And kids, we are staying home. First time since season 7 we'll be sticking it in America. We are not going anywhere. We are staying home. We're going to a wonderful place called the Oak Creek Canyon in Arizona. Guys, take a look at
In the
our
desert.
new logo.
That looks nice. Sweet.
See you this summer when iSurvivor goes the wild, wild west. See you there. Bye.
Bye.
I